We just wrapped up Front Street Fights 26 here at Idaho Central Arena. Leonard Berry alongside Cameron Moore. What a great night it was here for Front Street Fights 26. Penafiel versus Morales, presented by Project Filter. We saw some great fighting, and as we usually see here at Front Street Fights, we got started bright and early. The very first fight of the night coming out of the gates swinging as Lane Dalton defeated Brock Miller in 11 seconds.
Holy smokes, this whole thing is just a highlight reel. That's all this fight is. Highlight reel for Dalton. Didn't need any of that wrestling. Came in with those powerful hands. Made a statement with his very first fight. I cannot wait to see this guy back.
That was his MMA debut for Lane Dalton, and you can't think of a better way to ride it up for the 20-year-old as he got the victory in round number 1 over Brock Miller. Then we moved in to our second fight of the night. Cesar Cervantes Jr. ends up taking down Northern McCullough. This was a fight that went to the unanimous decision, and McCullough thought that maybe he had a chance here at the end.
McCullough attempted takedown after takedown, just couldn't get it done, couldn't seal the deal on a lot of those, and just accumulated way too much damage from Cervantes. Cervantes taking a decision he well earned.
It was a fight that saw a lot of sprawls up against that cage wall. Cervantes playing some excellent defense, saw his hand raised after it went all 3 rounds. This was maybe our best amateur fight of the night. Reese Banderaga defeating Jaden Shuey. These are two guys that are up and coming, such youngsters, but so impressive with their work.
You know, they call this an amateur fight, and it definitely is, but the skill that they displayed is definitely pro level. What's most impressive about this fight is just the well-roundedness, especially displayed by Reese with that finish. Well done.
The rear naked choke for Banderaga as he finished that off in the first round, defeating Jaden Shuey. We kept the party moving as Virginia Rodriguez and Whitley Brow squared off. And Whitley Brow came here from Vegas. She was ready to punch a second round TKO with some big combinations.
All expectations were going to be her striking was going to be the game changer in this. Kudos to Rodriguez for weathering the storm, but Brow just too much.
A big Superman punch that you saw in the second round ended up leading to this result as Brow landed the head kick that floored Rodriguez to earn herself the victory. And then, after a little bit of delay, we got the amateur night finished with Anthony Castro defeating Pablo Gomez. This was a striking clinic by Castro.
Castro just continues to stamp his brand on everything he does with those heavy hands, those right hands. They just continue to be successful until it was too much for Gomez to wear. The finish here with a couple heavy hammer strikes sealed the deal for another win for Castro.
Castro now 5-0 as an amateur, expecting him to make the jump to the pro ranks very soon, and we would make the jump to the pro portion of the card after this fight. Tristan Hutchinson and Dan McElhaney was a close back and forth affair. Hutchinson thought he had the upper hand, but in the end, it was Dan McElhaney showing off his submission skills.
McElhaney did a great job deflecting these strikes, dodging these strikes, using his head movement for enough to successfully get Hutchinson finally to the ground. Hutchinson gave up his back. McElhaney finished with a beautiful choke.
It's our second rear naked finish of the night. You see McElhaney locked it in quick, and it was vicious, leading to the Hutchinson tap and sending us to our main event of the night, what everyone was waiting for. A lot of bad blood between two fierce competitors in Joe Penafiel and Vince Morales. And for Vince Morales in his return to Front Street Fights, don't think it could have gone any better than this.
You know, enough can't be said about Joe and his tenacity and his willingness to take this on such short notice and continue to put on a show. But Vince, too much, too good. He just put on a striking clinic. Here we can see just absolute flurries, but they're calculated, they're timed well, they're powerful. This is what high-level striking looks like.
And it was the high-level striking that ended the bout. A second-round TKO as Morales caught Penafiel flushed too many times, and Tom Sutnick called a stop to the contest as Morales picked up victory number 13 in his pro career. That was, as well, our fight of the night for Front Street Fights 26, headlined by Vince Morales, who really made a statement with that victory. It was such a fun night here at Idaho Central Arena. We can't wait to do it again for Front Street Fights 27. And if you want to make sure that you're a part of Front Street Fights 27, make sure to follow us not only on YouTube, but on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, any social media platform out there you can find Front Street Fights. And we We'll let you know when Front Street Fights 27 is coming our way. For our matchmaker, Vito Ortega, for my analyst, Cameron Moore, and for the rest of the crew who put on this amazing show here at Idaho Central Arena, we thank you for tuning in to Front Street Fights 26, and we say so long from downtown Boise.